Okay, how would I do a reading with this deck? So obviously the first issue that you'll have is shuffling. When you shuffle a deck of cards, obviously you have them normally at a slight angle so you can't see the card. You can't really do that with this deck because it's double-sided. So obviously try and shuffle it like that so that you don't get led by any card that you might see out the corner of your eye. So always try to shuffle it upright. I've taken a lot of practice to do it this morning, and it's a pain in the bum to start with, but then you easily get used to it. You're obviously just putting your hands at a different angle. And now when it comes to drawing the cards for a reading, let me move those that way. It's which side do you put down? Because you've got this side and that side. So I personally would start with this side. So, oh, these cards actually go quite nicely. So you can see that this is the Eight of Swords. Swords are all about your thoughts and your intellect. These are Wands, which is all about your passion and drive, and Cups, which is emotion. So if I'd pulled these cards for a reading for somebody, I'd be saying, hang on, look, something is binding. You're binding yourself in your thoughts. I normally interpret this card as quite easy to break out of anyway, because on the Rider-Waite deck, the ropes aren't tightly bound like they are here, and obviously the girl's blindfolded. So I always just say, you know, pull your finger out, break away from the thoughts that you feel are trapping you. And then on that side of the card, it kind of agrees with my normal interpretation of it anyway. You can see that they're not actually bound that tight. She's got the rope there, she can break free. You know, she's got the luscious green fields in front of her, she's got a brilliant eagle coming down. So I would say, if I was reading this for somebody, I'd read both sides. So the Ten of Wands, the guy's got a heavy burden, but you can see he's not got far for his journey. But how long has he been carrying this heavy burden? And then on this side, no, this side. So that side, you can see this image is pretty much the same as this person. So are you binding yourself with this heavy load? Are you continuously carrying all of that burden yourself because you're unable to escape your thoughts, and it's causing you problems with your desires and your drive? And then it comes to the Eight of Cups. So this person is walking away from his cups. You can see they're damaged and broken. And he's just turned his back on his emotions and he's walking away, which fits in with this story here. But then if you look at it from that side, what are you walking away from? So you've got a shooting star with a beautiful sky in the background. You've got a young person here. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're walking away from a child. Don't get me wrong. It's a case of, are you walking away from your inner child? Are you walking away from someone that you don't want to be walking away from? Because obviously cups are emotions. So it's a case of look at the flip side. Don't just walk away. If this is a future card, you could say that somebody is potentially going to walk away from something that's been emotionally binding them, that's been a heavy burden and consuming their thoughts. But then if you look at it at that side, are they doing the right thing? Is it self-imposed? And then we can easily break free. So that is just obviously a really quick summary of how I would read this deck in a card reading. And to be honest, I actually think that I'm going to enjoy using this deck. Obviously, I love my Rider-Waite Smith deck. I love it. But I am really excited about this deck and being able to use it. And it's a case of, I won't be drawing that side out to start with the readings, I don't think. I may change my mind further down the line. I would always put this side. And then obviously if you're doing a Celtic cross reading, you know, which is a big reading to do for somebody. I'm just going to lob some cards out so you can see the layout. And I am just obviously randomly taking these off the top of the deck. If you're doing a massive reading like this for somebody, it's a case of, I would put them all this side up, and then so you can see, so this is a crossing card. So this is you, the situation you're in. This is what's crossing your path at the moment or holding you back. So you can see that that's a strength card. I would actually use that side of it. And then further up, you know, it depends on what the reading, how the reading feels for you when you're doing it. But I am so excited about using this deck, and I can't wait to get to work on it with people. I think it's going to bring so much more to a reading. It brings a little bit three-dimensional instead of two-dimensional. So there you've obviously got the Two of Pentacles, which is all about juggling things. For eternity, obviously you've got the infinity sign up there. It's about juggling and being skillful, but don't let it overload you. And then it's a case of, oh look, there's people in this side as well. So you're looking at it from the back, and he's showing people how good he is. He's offering his skills to people. He may be asking for support depending on where it falls in a reading and what the reader wants to know. No, not the reader, I'm the reader, the querent, what they want to know. So it just gives you so much more to a reading, and I'm so happy that I randomly came across this deck. I'm in a group on Facebook called Tarot that's ran by a guy called Paris de Bono, and he's a fortune teller, and he often posts up a few cards saying, you know, what does this pairing mean to you and why, and people help each other in the group. You do get people that just post up randomly saying, oh, what does this reading mean and why, and then you get the silly childish thing, why did this person block me on Instagram, why are they not liking my TikTok videos, and all that crap, which is not really what I would use tarot for, but there you go. And somebody posted up about this deck saying, how would you use the cards in a reading, you know, which side do you use, how do you know what to draw? And she posted up a couple of images of the cards, and I was like, I need this deck. And do you know what, I am so pleased that I got this deck. And as you can tell, I'm really excited about it. And I'll be posting up obviously lessons about how to read tarot. I'll probably use this deck, but I will probably just use this side of it as opposed to both. I don't know, I might do a separate post on this side and that side, and then people can decide for themselves how they want to learn. But because it's a Rider-Waite based deck, if you've got any deck that's based on the Rider-Waite, Smith deck, then you'll be able to follow where I'm going with these. But if you have any questions, I am happy to teach people, either through the group or posts, or message me. Or if you're stuck with a reading, or someone's giving you a reading, you don't fully understand what they meant when they were explaining stuff to you, give me a shout and I'll try and help you. I've been reading for, I think I got my first deck when I was about 15. My daddy brought me a deck home from a car boot, and I've loved it ever since. So I've been doing it for, like, how long is that? I'm nearly 40, so 25 years. Yeah, 25 years. So I am experienced, but then you always learn continuously as well, especially when someone throws in a deck like this and put a different perspective on it. So if you want any help, give me a shout. If you want a reading, give me a shout. And yeah, I'll see you later.